Hello there. Can you guys hear me okay? Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. This is True Crime in the Morning. I'm your host, Patrick Vallejos, but you can call me Sleuth. Hope everybody's having a great day. October 12th, Thursday. Looks like we have Beach Fairy in the house. Yep, incel. That stands for involuntary celibate. Involuntarily celibate. Beach says, I hate that people made his autism the main problem. He had rather than the fact that he's clearly a sociopath and the biggest incel, nice guy complex ever. We autistics do not claim him. Throwing him back. Speculation. What's going on, Wanda? What's up, Brad? Good morning to you. Misogynistic extremism. That's a mouthful. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Hope you get it all worked out. All right, let's take a look at today's format. I don't think you guys can see that very well. Let's try to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I wrote this up yesterday. It's not as long as yesterday's. I think yesterday's episode was just a little bit too long. Felt like we were trying to cram everything together. So we'll have the overview, the timeline. We'll go over the victim details. We'll go over them, names, description. I think I even pulled a video, a news report, some background information on each of the victims. We'll talk about the crime flow. And that's it. And then everything that's kind of brought up within this document here that I put together. I have videos and images and articles supporting everything. And we'll kind of stop and go and bounce around. Good to see you, Miss Thang. And that is mass murderer Elliot Rodger, no longer living. Passed away with a self-inflicted gunshot wound during the crime. Thank you, Beach Fairy. Yeah, we should be doing our members meeting at some point today. It'll be impromptu, so it won't be like a regularly scheduled. It'll just be like out of nowhere. Hiawatha, Jerry, good to see you guys. Wanda, what's up? Wanda says no matter the mental situation of this person, he clearly strategically premeditated his actions. So many lives could have been saved if measures were taken by those that knew him. Yeah, and it sucks that it takes an incident like this for us to learn that. I think anybody that calls himself an incel, I think that's a red flag. I think that's already kind of identifying that you have an issue. Because this dude's obviously a good looking guy. The reason he can't get a date is because he doesn't want a date. He hates women. He's attracted to women, but he hates them. They'll never be good enough. That's what I hear when I hear the word incel. Yeah, he's just a creep. And even his friends and roommates would tell him that. They would say, man, looks aren't everything. But he has the looks. You know, I've definitely seen worse. Yeah, it's you. It's you women. You can't recognize how good I am. You don't deserve me. Yeah, he didn't want a relationship. He was probably a psychopath straight up and just needed an excuse. Just like Gary Ridgway, Joel Rifkin, they all made up an excuse. These people are the scum of the earth. They're varmint. They're vermin. I'm doing you a favor, is what they would say to themselves. I'm doing humanity a favor. He could have gotten a date anytime he wanted to. He didn't want to. He wanted to slaughter people. He wanted to swim in that negativity. He liked it. Some people get off on that. It's kind of like when you're so angry, it's almost pleasurable. You just want to stay angry. Some people like to live in that. It's really weird. Perpetuate that negative energy. But this guy, he lived it. He embodied it. Yeah, I agree with that. Beach Fairy says you can look like literally anything and still not end up alone. There's someone for everyone. Even if you're not like a people person, you can meet somebody that may also not be a people person. I don't know. I've always trust my instincts. It's like if you feel like you might have a connection to somebody, go for it. Brad says definitely not unattractive, educated, nice car. Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna be everything that the girls like. That way, when they come up to me or ask about me, I'll tell them they're not good enough. And not all incels are good looking. After we cover all the information relating to Elliot Rodger, I'm going to show you guys some random cases of some other incels that kind of went off the deep end. Yeah, I can be an introvert. I would say I'm definitely introverted. All right, we're about at the 10-minute mark, so let me go ahead and jump in here. Let's start with the overview. And if I got any of this information wrong, anybody that might know a little bit more about the case, feel free to let me know. Elliot Rodger was an individual involved in a tragic incident that occurred in Isla Vista, California on May 23rd, 2014. Elliot Rodger went on a shooting rampage targeting people near the University of California, Santa Barbara campus. The incident resulted in multiple fatalities and injuries. Rodger had left behind a detailed manifesto and online videos expressing his anger, frustration, and hatred towards women and men, which revealed disturbing misogynistic and violent ideologies. The incident sparked discussions about issues such as mental health, gun control, misogyny, and the broader societal implications of such actions. So I think we'll start with a quick clip. I think this might be from CBS.
Done, police would still discover more. Those 3 bodies found in the alleged shooter's apartment, and that's not all they found. ABC's Clayton Sandell tonight with more on that manifesto as investigators try to peer into the mind of the killer. Clayton?
Good evening, David. Tonight you can see this small memorial, some candles and flowers for the three men that police say Elliot Rodger killed inside his apartment complex here. But like so many things about this case, the victims were discovered only after this violent rampage ended. Tonight, so many clues in hindsight, puzzle pieces put together too late.
Elliot Rodger here.
Elliot Rodger left disturbing hints, starting with those chilling YouTube videos.
Such a creep.
I'll be a god, exacting my retribution.
We're going to come back. We're going to watch this video. Not the first one that they showed, but we'll watch this one. I think he titled it Retribution.
And all those who deserve it.
And this 141-page manifesto detailing the troubled life of an alleged killer, from childhood bullying, sibling rivalry, fantasies about killing his father and stepmother, and his most repeated grievance, being rejected by women.
Girls gave their affection and sex and love to other men, but never to me. I'm 22 years old.
And it had nothing to do with me talking like this.
I'm still a virgin.
He was really upset about why is the world so unfair to him.
Could be.
And like, oh, I'm a good looking guy, and why a girl's falling for those ugly fat guys. That's what he mentioned. And I told him appearance is not everything.
Rodger's family says their son was already being treated by multiple therapists.
Nobody would do the types of things that happened last night unless there was some form of mental illness.
But because Rodger was never institutionalized for mental illness, it was legal for him to buy those 3 handguns along with hundreds of bullets. And his actions in those videos were so troubling, his parents alerted police. They went to his apartment less than a month before Friday's attack.
The deputies contacted the suspect at the time, found him to be polite and courteous. He downplayed the concerns for his welfare, and the deputies cleared the call.
It's not clear if police could have done anything more.
At an alarming rate, law enforcement are being asked to be law enforcers and psychiatric social workers.
But Rodger himself offered one clue, writing, "If they had demanded to search my room, that would have ended everything." A lot of people seem to have some...
Talk about dropping the ball. So, I mean, they did make a call on him. They went to his home and everything. But one thing people don't understand about these psychopaths is they do this weird, like, Jedi mind trick on people. And I think that's what Richard Allen may have done. I think that's what a lot of killers do. That's what Chris Watts tried to do. You know, like, oh, you know, they try to show real emotion, but they don't know what it is. So all they can do is kind of parrot it or mimic it or do their best impression. Shadowbox says, this is triggering. An incel killed my sister. Sadly, he was my nephew, her son. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. See, I think that word incel might, and I'm not a fan of like red flag laws. I'm talking about like in your own family, it should be like a red flag, right? Like, hey, maybe we can get you some treatment. But in his case, he was seeing a therapist. So the ball went from hand to hand and everybody just kept dropping it. But ultimately the responsibility is on him, right? He did plan this and he followed through with his plans. All right, let's go over the timeline. Here is a brief timeline of some key events related to Elliot Rodger. July 24th, 1991, Elliot Oliver Robertson Rodger, that's his full name, is born in London, England. August 1996, Rodger's parents, Lee Chin and Peter Rodger, divorce. He lives with his mother in California. April 30th, 2014, Elliot Rodger posts a video on YouTube titled Elliot Rodger's Retribution. In this video, he expresses his frustration and anger toward women and discusses his plans for retribution. I don't know, maybe we can watch that one right now. We'll come back to that.
Hi, Elliot Rodger here. Well, this is my last video. It all has to come to this. Tomorrow is the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge against humanity, against all of you. For the last 8 years of my life, ever since I've hit puberty, I've been forced to endure an existence of loneliness, rejection, and unfulfilled desires, all because girls have never been attracted to me. Girls gave their affection and sex and love to other men, but never to me. I'm 22 years old, and I'm still a virgin. I've never even kissed a girl. I've been through college.
It's a good question outside of the grid. It'd be good to know what kind of medication he was taking.
For 2.5 years. More than that, actually. And I'm still a virgin. It has been very torturous. College is the time when everyone experiences those things such as sex and fun and pleasure. But in those years, I've had to rot in loneliness. It's not fair.
He's obviously out of his mind.
You girls have never been attracted to me.
Obviously.
I don't know why you girls aren't attracted to me, but I will punish you all for it. It's an injustice, a crime, because I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm the perfect guy. And yet you throw yourselves at all these obnoxious men.
He's out of his mind.
Instead of me, the supreme gentleman. I will punish all of you for it.
Xanax.
On the day of retribution, I am going to enter the hottest sorority house of UCSB. And I will slaughter every single spoiled, stuck-up, blonde slut I see inside there. All those girls that I've desired so much, they would have all rejected me and looked down upon me as an inferior man if I ever made a sexual advance towards them. While they throw themselves at these obnoxious brutes. I'll take great pleasure in slaughtering all of you. You will finally see that I am, in truth, the superior one, the true alpha male. Yes. After I've annihilated every single girl in the sorority house, I'll take to the streets of Isla Vista and slay every single person I see there. All those popular kids who live such lives of hedonistic pleasure while I've had to rot in loneliness for all these years. They've all looked down upon me every time I tried to go out and join them. They've all treated me like a mouse. Well, now I will be a god compared to you. You will all be animals. You are animals, and I will slaughter you like animals. I'll be a god, exacting my retribution on all those who deserve it. And you do deserve it, just for the crime of living a better life than me. All you popular kids, you've never accepted me, and now you'll all pay for it. And girls, all I've ever wanted was to love you and to be loved by you. I've wanted a girlfriend.
I doubt that.
I've wanted sex. I've wanted love, affection, adoration. But you think I'm unworthy of it. That's a crime that can never be forgiven. If I can't have you, girls, I will destroy you.
What's up, GP? V?
You denied me a happy life. And in turn, I will deny all of you life. It's only fair. I hate all of you. Humanity is a disgusting, wretched, depraved species.
Wow.
If I had it in my power, I would stop at nothing to reduce every single one of you to mountains of skulls and rivers of blood.
Like he's possessed.
And rightfully so. You deserve to be annihilated. And I'll give that to you.
Scientologist.
You never showed me any mercy, and so I will show you none.
That evil laugh.
You forced me to suffer all my life, and now I'll make you all suffer.
And he's not lying.
I've waited a long time for this. I'll give you...
Yeah, it does kind of look like Tom Cruise on Interview with the Vampire.
Exactly what you deserve, all of you. All you girls who rejected me and looked down upon me and, treated me like scum while you gave yourselves to other men. And all of you men for living a better life than me. All of you sexually active men. I hate you. I hate all of you.
What, bro?
I can't wait to give you exactly what you deserve. Utter annihilation.
Jeez. Well, there you go. There's Elliot Rodger. I have his manifesto too somewhere. It's really long. We'll pull it up towards the end of the stream. Can't read it all. It's like 137 pages. Yeah, sorry about that feedback. Is that bad on your guys' end? Let me try to fix that real quick. There we go. Oh, it's back. There. Yeah, he's just completely out of his mind. Right? Yeah, he seemed very feminine. Yeah, very disturbed, self-centered. All right, let's jump back to the timeline here. May 23rd, 2014, the Isla Vista massacre occurs. Elliot Rodgers goes on a shooting rampage near the University of California, Santa Barbara campus, killing 6 people and injuring several others. Later that day, the police find Elliot Rodger dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound inside his vehicle. The following day, authorities discover a 137-page manifesto written by Rodger outlining his grievances, misogynistic beliefs, and the reason behind his violent actions. I think it's in the description of this video also, the manifesto. So let me pull that up. Just bear with me a moment here. Titled My Twisted World, The Story of Elliot Rodger by Elliot Rodger. So maybe we'll read a page or two. Maybe skip towards the end and read the last page. That's crazy true crime. Hopefully he was getting the help he needed. Right. He looks like he watches anime. That's a good word. Weird. Hey, what's up, Chopper? They rejected him because his personality. Yeah, it had everything to do with his personality. Good to see you, Jill. Yeah, his evil laugh. You can hear the wickedness in his voice. What's up, GP? Yeah, that is a good point. Jessica Pierce. His dad was a Hollywood movie producer or something like that. That is true. He was a big shot. Right, let's see here what he had to say in his manifesto. Humanity, all of my suffering on this world has been at the hands of humanity, particularly women. It has made me realize just how brutal and twisted humanity is as a species. Yeah, he's way up in his head. All I ever wanted was to fit in and live a happy life amongst humanity, but I was cast out and rejected, forced to endure an existence of loneliness and insignificance, all because the females of the human species were incapable of seeing the value in me. He talks like he's not even human. Like he's some kind of demon from some other place. And it's like people could see it. What's up, Kevin? Thank you, Kevin. This is the story of how I, Elliot Rodger, came to be. This is the story of my entire life. It is a dark story of sadness, anger, and hatred. It is a story of a war against cruel injustice. Of course, he's the center, you know. He's the princess. In this magnificent story, look at me in all my glory. I will disclose every single detail about my life, every single significant experience that I have pulled from my superior memory, as well as how those experiences have shaped my views of the world. So he's basically like, bow to me. We are all peasants, and he's like a god. This tragedy did not have to happen. I didn't want things to turn out this way, but humanity forced my hand. This story will explain why. My life didn't start out dark and twisted. I started out as a happy and blissful child, living my life to the fullest in a world I thought was good and pure. So let's skip down to the very bottom. And if you guys want to read this in its entirety, the link is in the description. That's where I just pulled it up from. Zip on down here. All right, we'll finish here. It looks like this is the last page. He says here, my orchestration of the day of retribution is my attempt to do everything in my power to destroy everything I cannot have. All of those beautiful girls I've desired so much in my life but can never have because they despise and loathe me, I will destroy. All of those popular people who live hedonistic lives of pleasure, I will destroy because they never accepted me as one of them. I will kill them all and make them suffer, just as they have made me suffer. It is only fair. Why do things have to be this way? I'm sure that is the question everyone will be asking after the day of retribution is over. Well, yeah. They will be asking why. Indeed, why? That is the question I've had for everyone throughout all my years of suffering. Why was I condemned to live a life of misery and worthlessness while other men were able to experience the pleasure of sex and love with women? Why do things have to be this way? I ask all of you. All I ever wanted was to love women and in turn to be loved by them back. Their behavior towards me has only earned my hatred, and rightfully so. I am the true victim in all of this. I am a good guy. Humanity struck at me first by condemning me to experience so much suffering. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. I didn't start this war. I wasn't the one who struck first. But I will finish it by striking back. I will punish everyone. And it will be beautiful. Finally, and long last, I can show the world my true worth. Oh my goodness. I mean, how would you have stopped this? I know law enforcement kind of dropped the ball. They had a call, and apparently if they would have gone into his home, they would have found everything. I think he even mentions that somewhere in this manifesto. He talks about that. The law enforcement was in his home. Somebody called about his weird behavior, and all they had to do was go in his room. He had maps, he had guns, he had everything ready to go. It would have been over right at that point. But how, as a society, do we see this coming? Is that all you can do, is make the phone call and hope that law enforcement does their job? So did society do what they were supposed to do? They made the call. They saw the red flag. They called it in. They didn't get themselves involved. They trusted law enforcement to go in and assess the situation, and they dropped the ball, in my opinion. All right, let's finish up the timeline. The aftermath. The Isla Vista massacre sparked discussions about issues such as gun control, mental health, misogyny, and the broader societal implications of such actions. It also led to increased awareness and the dangers of online communities that promote hatred and violence. Kind of like the trolls out there. Elliot Rodger's actions and the subsequent discussions surrounding the incident raised important questions about mental health support, gun control, and the impact of online communities that promote extremist ideologies. The tragedy continues to be a subject of the study and discussion in various fields, including psychology, sociology, and criminology. Okay, we are at the halfway point. We will take a closer look at the victims of this horrible crime. Let me share this with you. I have a video also. James Hong, David Wang, George Chen, Catherine Cooper, Veronica Weiss, Christopher Martinez. What's going on, Jamie? Good to see you. Jessica says, basically, he was pissed because women didn't want to have sex with him. No, I think that's the excuse he's giving to us, that he's telling us. If he wanted to, he could have. He's a liar, and he's out of his mind, and he wanted to hurt people. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, yeah, we hit 7K yesterday. Thank you, guys, for all your support. We ain't going nowhere. Believe that. Thank you, Cindy. We are legitimized. Yeah, see, it's just all excuses. He just wanted to commit mass murder and become famous for it. But instead, he made himself like a laboratory rat. And hopefully, studying him will help us prevent things like this from happening in the future. Yeah, true crime and other stuff, it will have nothing to do with your hitting the like button or any of that. I don't know what's going on. I know that YouTube won't allow some comments. But if it's just something normal, I'm not quite sure why it would do that. It's got to be on your end, but nothing to do with the like button.
Shots fired. All 6 victims in Elliot Rodger's killing rampage have now been identified. Rodger's roommates, 20-year-old Chang Hung and 19-year-old George Chen, found dead with multiple stab wounds inside the gunman's Isla Vista apartment, along with another man, 20-year-old Waihan Wang. The 3 men, students at the University of California, Santa Barbara, were, police say, Rodger's first victims before taking off in his black BMW to this sorority house.
I saw a gunshot wound to her abdomen and like on her side, and also one to her head.
This is where police say he shot 20.
And this is the sorority. I mean, he talked about going here, what he was going to do, and he actually did it.
22-year-old Catherine Cooper and 19-year-old Veronica Weiss killed right in the front yard.
We need a second ambulance for another gunshot wound.
Less than 2 blocks away, Rodger opens fire again at the IV Deli Mart, according to officials, killing 20-year-old student Christopher Martinez. Surveillance video captured customers diving and scrambling for cover as the bullets flew.
I'll never have another child. He's gone.
CNN's Kyung Law spoke to Chris's father, who blames the government for a lack of gun control.
I can't tell you how angry I am. It's just awful. And no parent should have to go through this. No parent. To have a kid die, my kid died because nobody responded to what occurred at Sandy Hook. Those parents lost little kids. It's bad enough that I lost my 20-year-old, but I had 20 years with my son. That's all I ever have.
Rodger's shooting spree injuring over a dozen more before, according to police, the 22-year-old took his own life.
Dang. Did you see the car? I think I have those images. Thank you, Cindy. So I believe this would be his apartment, and that's where the rampage started with his roommates. Looks like this is where it ended. Look at his car. Doesn't even have a tire. Oh, it looks like he bounced off of this car right here. Wonder what the hell caused his windshield to open up like that. I wonder if law enforcement jumped up and kicked in the window. Alpha Phi. I might have some of that security footage. Let's take a look real quick. If I do, it's just a real small clip. Oh, here it is. So after he attacked his roommates, killing everybody in there, he just went right over here and started shooting he started shooting everything he could see. I think I have, oh, here's another one. This is from Inside Edition. This is actual cell phone footage from inside. So after you saw that first footage of everybody kind of scrambling, this is the aftermath. There's literally people laying on the ground there. I don't think we're going to have enough time to go through the crime flow. Pretty much get an idea. I got one more clip I want to play you guys, and then we'll go into some random reports on different incels who kind of lost it. But we'll watch this one first.
Elliot Rodger, the man police say killed 6 people in Isla Vista, California Friday night, is talking about his neighbor and the interactions he had with the 22-year-old. He has asked us not to identify him. Take a listen.
Can you describe kind of what it is he said to you the times that you did talk to him, the half a dozen or so times you did talk to him?
He didn't talk. He didn't talk. I mean, when I talked with him for like the 3 hours, I would have to say, like, I would talk for 5 minutes to try to like get some sort of reaction, and then he would say, I don't know, one sentence, and then I'd have to talk to him for another 5 minutes, and then one sentence would come out. And like, I mean, I had absolutely no idea. I didn't even know what college he went to. Like, I talked with him for that long, and I was like, what do you want to do? Like what's your major? Like, where do you want to go? Like, what do you want to do with your life? Never came out. He didn't say a single thing. It was like he seriously did not want friends. Like, he's saying he wants friends. He wants like to hang out with people, or like he wants girls. And like every single time we invited him outside, there were plenty of girls, and just didn't even make an effort, didn't talk to anybody. I mean, he was so closed off. And it was like, when he's sitting there, you could just tell he's just thinking these thoughts in his head the entire time. He's just talking to himself in his head the entire time. It's like, why don't you talk to people here? I mean, it just...
Would you describe him as one of the most strange or odd people you've ever met? Have you ever met anyone like him?
I met a lot of stranger people. This is IV. I mean, come on, just walk down to that park and you'll see some crazy people. But
the time that you did talk to him, or he talked to you a little bit more, was the only time he seemed aggressive, the time when he came and his face was all bruised and beaten.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say aggressive, though. He was so emotional. Like, I can't describe how emotional he was.
Was he shaking and crying?
Shaking, adrenaline rush. It was like water faucets just coming out, like just constantly down his cheeks for a solid half hour. I mean, he was so upset. I've never seen anybody like that mad, like, in my entire life.
And what threats did he make at that time?
Well, he was saying, like, I'm gonna kill all those. I'm gonna kill all of them. I'm gonna kill myself. Like, I mean, like. And I don't know if that's what set off. I don't know that, like, if that's what set the plan in motion, but that's a long time in the making, because that was a long time ago.
How long ago was that?
like I want to say 4 to 7 months ago, but when they did the press conference, they said that happened like July 15th when he went to the hospital. So I'm guessing that's like when it happened. So yeah.
He said that he'd been planning it for a year. So we're almost on a year.
So yeah, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, yeah, he got the crap kicked out of him, but I can't imagine that's the one event that set him off.
I wonder if he's the one that called law enforcement, tipped him in. Or actually, I think one of his roommates did. All right. Because of time, we're going to go ahead and show these other clips here. Sorry. Text my wife. Okay. Yeah, I think this should be something as a red flag for a family. I mean, take a look at some of these examples here. This one's out of Ohio.
Details about the case against Trey Jinko are slowly starting to circulate among young women like Mindy Bediako.
It could have been UC, it could have been any other surrounding schools, and that's really scary.
Federal agents say Jinko is part of an underground movement called Incel, which stands for Involuntary Celibate. Comprised mostly of men, Incels resent women for not showing romantic interest in them. The feds say Jinko took his resentment to a dangerous level by plotting to, quote, slaughter women at a college in Ohio. Court documents indicate students at Ohio State may have...
maybe like Brian Koberger. I wonder if he's got anything relating to some personality traits relating to the incel movement.
Been in danger.
As a graduate of Ohio State, it just makes me really glad that the feds are paying attention to protect students.
This woman asked to remain anonymous because of the nature of the charges, which include an attempted hate crime and unlawful possession of a machine gun.
It makes me want to cry thinking about what might have happened.
Her boyfriend, who also asked us not to show his face, has a hard time comprehending what the incel movement even means.
I think it's very unnerving because, you know, I have cousins and a mom and friends who are women, and it's very unnerving to know that there are guys out there like this.
During today's detention hearing, Jinko's attorney argued his client should be released to the custody of his mother, who lives in Hillsborough. His attorney pointed out Jinko was already serving a state prison sentence based on similar evidence. The prosecutor pushed back, saying Jinko is too patient and methodical to be sent back to the home where he allegedly...
Like, how much do you need? How much information do you need before you can say, hey, this guy's crazy? Oh, I did a live stream on incels a long time ago, and we talked a lot about this guy. There's a lot more on him, but check this out.
Suspecting women and terrorizes them with shouts of insults and much worse. When they ask him to go away, he does the unthinkable, pepper spraying them right in the face. The brazen suspect is identified as Johnny Young. He's 25. Police say he is a self-described woman-hating incel. The most recent attacks happened here in the upscale community of Costa Mesa, California. Police say he approaches women, alone or in groups, and verbally assaults them to get attention. All of it on camera. Incredibly, when they defend themselves and fight back, he then claims to be the victim. These two women experienced the attacks firsthand. Emily, who only wants us to use her first name, was assaulted in this video posted by Young. When this guy walked up to you, I mean, he hits him. He got more and more vulgar.
Yes.
And his voice was very scary. I want to When she was pepper sprayed, she punched him in the face and bloodied his
look
nose.
at his ass.
In another attack, Jessica Estrada raced after Young when he started harassing her girlfriends. Could you tell he was videotaping you?
No, we didn't know at all.
After she was pepper sprayed, she bravely fought back.
I threw my phone at him and I hit him.
Police say that Johnny Young lives out of this white van with a green stripe and has posted similar attacks on women in Las Vegas.
It could have happened to anybody.
That's a kidnapper van if I ever saw one. Hey, Freckled. Yeah, a lot of mommy issues, huh? All right, here's the last one. This one's super creepy.
You are?
Okay, let me put this in context. Okay, so this is a meet and greet. These guys were talking online on an online dating service. And he basically pulled the whole Anthony Shots catfish maneuver on her. And he basically tried to match with her, I think, on Tinder or something, he says here. And she denies him. But then when he creates the catfish account, she's all over it. He says pretty much all the girls are all over this male model account that he made, very similar to Anthony Shots, right? So he kind of stalked her at the beginning of the video, and I couldn't include it because I didn't want to get hit with any copyright issues, but he's basically stalking her and recording her on his phone from a distance. And then he walks up to her and sits down. And this is what he says.
You are? Why? Why is that? Why is that? You're no model. You know he's no model, right?
He sat down and says, you're here to meet James, right? He's a male model. You know that, right?
You know he's a male model, right? No. Yeah, he's a male model. Why? Can I ask you a question? Why you want to meet up with him?
Okay, I'm leaving because
Why?
this is really weird.
Why? I don't understand.
She said, I'm
He's
leaving.
a male
This
model.
is really
Are you that
weird.
shallow or what?
I didn't know that.
He's a good looking man. Come on, you don't want to give me a chance? I don't understand you.
That's just really weird.
How is it weird? I don't get any Tinder matches. That's bullshit. Can you tell me why? I'm ugly. I'm an ugly guy.
I didn't say you were.
I wouldn't get any Tinder matches. That's bullshit. You would not, if I would approach you, you would not give me a chance.
That's not true.
That's bullshit. I know it because I've been rejected 20 times before in my life. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You know how many girls meet up with that guy?
He said he was rejected over 20 times. That's it. This guy don't know how to play the game.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does mean something. He's a male model. Come on, you matched with him. You wanted to meet up with him. Even after you texted him, you're like, even after you texted him, you still wanted to meet up with him. Come on, man. Are you that shallow?
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're shallow. You like it?
To meet
That
wanted to meet
no.
to be honest.
Honest about what? You know how many girls say the same thing? It's about looks nowadays. That's bullshit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it is about looks.
No, it's
Don't lie to
not.
me. It's about looks.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it's about looks. Yes, it is. That's why it's on there, and that's why a female on there said she was attracted to the guy on there, and it's about looks on there. That's what she said.
No.
Yes, it is. That's what she said. Don't lie to me, please.
No.
Yes, don't lie to me.
Tell me that's not creepy. Imagine you're thinking you're going to meet this good-looking guy who is a model, and then this guy sits down and starts berating you about how, oh, you wanted to date a good-looking person. Jeez. And yeah, I wouldn't doubt it if this guy hadn't already done something illegal. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today's True Crime in the Morning. It's episode 4. A little change up. And we'll either do a members live, or I might want to put together a little panel. I'm going to reach out to a couple people today and see if we can't get a good panel together and talk about the Delphi case. What's up, Camaro? Freckled. OMG, women like attractive men. Oh, the humanity. Right? Let's say you're a male and you're putting together an advertisement or a movie. You're going to cast a good-looking male role if that's the character, right? That's just the way it is. Abort, run. Yeah, see, she was even like wanting to hear him out. Like, maybe I have an opportunity to learn something here from this guy. Maybe he's right, but nah, he's just a creep. Abort mission. Exactly. Hey, Jerry, what's up? I'm about to eat some lunch and looks like I missed everything. Yep, we're about to get out of here. So all of you who are in here who are able to do so now, if you could hit that like button. And if you're part of the replay crew, hit the like button and drop a comment. Let us know what you think about Elliot Rodger and this whole incel thing. Thank you, GP. Yep, shout out to all you guys, members, subscribers, and the hardworking mods. Thank you for that, V. Freckle says, I get hit on all the time and I'm a bitch, so it's not my sparkling personality they are attracted to. Some people might be. It's all about the connection, right? One person might be repulsed, the other might be attracted. I think that's why they call it chemistry. Yep, good to see you, Beach. Thank you, V. Lycanthropy? Who's that? He looks and acts just like Jamie Lycanthropy. What's up, Grunge Truck? I'm not sure who that is. Thank you, Shadowbox. Thank you for sharing today. And Cindy Lean legitimizing today's live stream with her sponsorship. Thank you. All right, guys. I'm pretty sure I will be seeing you later today. I'm going to try to put something together. Should have some free time right around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See if we can't put some heads together. And if you guys want to read that full manifesto, the link is in the description. It's really long. He pretty much goes over his whole life story. So any of you who are interested, the link is in the description. All right, guys. I want to thank everybody who was able to catch the live stream. Appreciate it. Please hit the like button on the way out. Anybody on the replay crew, please consider subscribing, becoming a member, whatever. We stay active, so I appreciate all of you. Take care, and I should be seeing you later today, hopefully. Peace.